Okay, all right. What did Elvis Cleavers mean by soul on ice? What is soul on ice? What are you talking about? We know about ice, rounding people up, deportation. Is that the ice you're talking about? Or are you talking about just being iced? You know, like cold, you lost your soul. Greetings, everyone. This is the 10 o'clock scholar. You can stop by and holler. Call me old school or young blood, it don't matter. We got a real download here talking about souls on ice. When the Lord is ready, He's going to make things happen. When the Lord is ready, He's going to make things happen. So you're waiting on something outside of yourself to happen. Sister, you'll be waiting for a long time. You're the manifestation of the Creator in you. You got to make it happen. What's wrong with you? You don't know your power, sisters. You can change this whole thing overnight. If we had somebody like Candace working with us, I'm talking about us as a people. That genius, that investigative mind, and she knows how to get the answers. She knows how to dig for the truth. Man, you need to come on our team, Team Candace. Man, we had just one Candace working on the side of truth. I'm not gonna say black man because black is a term you don't want to use. Black is a term you got to stop using that term, people. That term will keep you a slave. The term black is what keep you enslaved. Stop using yourself to identify you as that term. That term, I know you like black, you love black. Yeah, I understand that. But that's not a term to identify yourself with. If you identify yourself with that term, no matter how much you like the term, you are keeping yourself a slave. There's no other way to say it. That term originated from slavery when it used to identify people. They didn't know your ancestry. They didn't know your greatness. They just looked at your color and called you black, meaning that you didn't matter who you are or what your lineage was. It didn't matter. So you're going to carry that idea and call yourself black? Dishonoring your ancestry and all that made you who you are? Sentencing your descendants, your children, to an identity unknown because you was too lazy to do the work to find out that you're not somebody's slave. Why do you take pride in that term, black? That doesn't tell you anything about the greatness of who you are. Could that be what Elvis Cleaver means when he says soul on ice? You just been iced. You been iced out of existence. You don't. Your soul is just lost. It's on ice to be thawed out at another day. Yeah, I can speak with authority about Elvis Cleaver because I grew up with these guys. Most of them gone now. Yeah, I'm up in age, and I remember these guys, these revolutionaries, the Panthers, the Sudanese Liberation Army, the New Africa, New Republic. These people was about liberation. Where was I? What was I doing at the time? I was in the Nation of Islam. We was trashing. We was trashing one of the greatest revolutionaries we had, Malcolm X. El-Hajj Malik el-Shabazz. El-Hajj Malik el-Shabazz. Anyway, the Nation of Islam was not a revolutionary group. It was a church. The Nation of Islam was not a revolutionary group. It was a church. It started out as a revolutionary group. When Elijah Muhammad said, do for self and build your communities and become independent. And it did that for quite a few years. In other words, be a nation. Nation means independent. So you may have a job, you worked on it, we call it the slave job. But you brought your resources to your nation. Isn't that what all intelligent people do who come here and work? Send their resources home to help their people. That's how a lot of countries got developed, if you didn't know that. That's how a lot of countries got developed. People coming here, sending their resources, their riches back to their homeland, developing their country. So you, what do I call you? I don't call you black. That make you a slave. I'm not going to denigrate you like that. Melanated, that's the same thing. It's just a Greek term, means black. So let's call you some of your ancestors call you. Before when they say black, they said black or more. When they say black, they said black or more. Identify you who you are. You are more. So let's drop the term black and just say more, or more. Oh, now that takes you to a connection. Oh, now you're connected with civilization. You are more. Now you're connected with civilization. Yes, we got dirty Moors. All Moors ain't righteous. I understand that. But you can't throw away the baby with the bathwater. You can't say, I'm not going to use the term Moor because we had dirty Moors. I'm going to stick with the term black that keeps me a slave. Are you going to do that? You're not going to use Moor because they were dirty Moors. You're going to still call yourself black because you want to be identified with slavery. Oh, this not going public. I know that. This is just one of those tapes we put in the archives. When it's time to be revealed, it'll be revealed. See, this is freedom knowledge. They don't want you to know this. They do all they can to hide the truth from you until it's not in their power to do. So let's see what your comments are, where you want me to take this, what your questions are in the comments. And we elaborate if you want elaboration, if you're ready for it. If you're not, come back in a few years. A lot of things be made clear what I've shared here. It's not that knowledge ahead of the time. It's that you are behind the time because you haven't done your work, your studies. That's the only work you're supposed to be doing is knowing who you are. And you're not some man property calling yourself black. You're still a slave if you do that. Stop it, people. We're going to talk about how to get your soul that's on ice. You're going to defrost that soul that's on ice. He didn't have a solution, but he knew the problem. He knew these people's souls was on ice, but he didn't know how to defrost them. I do.